Alright guys, it's your boy CarolinaChris26. Alright guys, this is my haul, my comic book haul for Comic Book Wednesday, aka New Comic Book Day, March the 20th, 2019. It's almost about that time. This month is almost over and we're almost in the month of April. It's all about bunnies and painted eggs and Easter baskets, pink dresses, church, stuff like that. Who's ready for April? Huh? Okay, well, I have a very, very nice stack of books, very nice stack of DC, very nice stack of Marvel, and a decent, very light stack of Image, a very, very small stack of Zenoscope, that's a new one for me, and some Aftershock, and a Valiant, yeah. Also, I have a book that I can't wait to show y'all that I actually went to 2nd and Charles. I hit all 3 comic book stores again this Wednesday in my town. Usually I only hit one, and that's my local comic book store, Angry Comics. This time I hit all 3 in the hopes to get a few multiple copies of Naomi #3 and a couple copies of Immortal Hulk. Mission accomplished, I must say. And also that Dark Red, because my local comic book store didn't have it, but I found some. Get right, we'll get into that. And when I was at 2nd and Charles, one of the employees referred me to a book that I had no idea I was going to get. Didn't even think about that book. I had no knowledge of this book. And actually, I talked to the writer on Twitter the other night. I've been talking, God, to a lot of people. I talked to Tina Howard, few writers and artists on Twitter. I stay on Twitter more than anything. So, but this writer, I tried to get him to give me. There was a character at the end of this book I picked up at 2nd and Charles, and at the end of the book, there's this character that pops up. I guess this is the first appearance of that character, and it's like the book ends, but there's this character watching the hero of this book and her friend. And I asked the writer, I was like, look, man, can you tell me who that woman was at the end of the book? You know, was watching old girl and old boy? And he was like, no, that's a new character, and you'll have to wait to see who that is. I'm not giving you that answer. So I said, hey, man, I gave it a shot. I tried. But I can't wait to tell you what that book is and who that writer is, and hopefully you'll check it out for yourself. It is an amazing story. I love it. And it's a classic fairy tale / horror story. You're going to like it. So if I can explain it to you without messing it up this time, I swear you'll love me or you'll hate me. First off, we got the Nightwings, marked by the Joker's daughter. Number 58, A cover. This is Chris Mooneyham. Hope I'm saying your name right, Chris. Chris Mooneyham. Awesome cover. You see everybody has the classic Joker smile. Shout out to the Joker's daughter, because she's wrecking havoc apparently. And wow, it's an awesome cover. I love this cover. Beautiful cover. Okay. Next up, we have The Wickedest, B cover, and this is done by Tyler Kirkham. I love his artwork. I got a couple. God, I got a bunch of books by him. But it's a wicked cover, dude. Yeah, he's an amazing artist. I love him. I love his work. I've told him many times. He's always posting some amazing stuff on Twitter. No, Twitter. Well, he's on Twitter too, but Instagram. Go to his Instagram page, man. He's always got some awesome stuff. That's Tyler Kirkham, cover B. And then we have Batman 68, all the way down. This is the A cover. This is Lee Weeks. artwork there. Next up, we have Batman 67 B cover. So Dave Johnson. Amazing cover, man. These Batman B covers have been on point. Next up, we have Teen Titans 28 Final Showdown with Deathstroke, and they are going to his ass. See Crush and the whole gang got a chain around his neck. Yeah, boy, they are going to his ass, man. Got that chain. Choke him. Choke him. He's probably into that, though. You never know. Some people like to get choked. Me personally, nah. I don't like to get choked. I ain't into none of that kinky stuff. Next up, we have the B cover. This is a wicked, wicked B cover. This is Miko. I met him at Baltimore Comic Con, man, but man, I have issues pronouncing that last name. I'm not even gonna try, but y'all know who it is. Beautiful, man. Look at the detail on the sword. Alright. Next up, we have Aquaman number 46 B cover. Sick cover though, Esteban. That's a beautiful cover. I love it. Last but not least, on the DC, I have Naomi number 3, Brian Michael Bendis, Jamal Campbell. Dude, this book is amazing. Yeah, I read this book. Amazing. God, it was amazing. The ending of it, man. Anybody get to read this book? At this point, I'm pretty sure this book has been out, and I'm just going to put a hashtag spoiler in the title, because I might be spoiling some of these stories if you have not read them. But comes to find out, Naomi still hasn't found out if she's a superhero, if she has abilities. But her adopted dad, turns out he takes her to a cave and he's got a spaceship. He's a superhero. And, dude, it's, wow. I'm like, anyways, I've got 4 copies of that. But this book is leading up to the big, big reveal. And from what I understand, the big reveal is going to be in issue number 5. Now I'm not sure it's number 4, but from what I understand, and I've been looking up the covers of these books, and it says issue number 5 will be the big reveal. So the end of this book is titled The Beginning. You know, she's basically she's with the mechanic in the beginning, at the end of the other one, and her mom and her dad shows up. And the mechanic tells basically where he's from. He's from another world. And the woman in the picture that she thought was her mother was a lady that he was in love with. And she gets killed while he jumps through a portal that brings him to Earth. And she gets shot in the back or whatever. And she gets killed. And that's not Naomi's mother. And the mechanic is not Naomi's father. And see right here. Shows the mechanic jumping through the portal, and she catches a bullet And yeah, she doesn't make it. And then he falls through the sky, and he lands on Earth, and he's down on the ground looking up to see if she's gonna come through, but she doesn't come through the portal. And of course, Naomi's feeling like a piece of crap at that point because she didn't know that she thought he was his father, and she thought the woman in the picture was her mother possibly. But then her stepmother shows up, and she isn't playing any games. She shows up with the bat. She's wanting to know what the hell's going on. She's checking everybody. She's checking Naomi. She's checking the mechanic. And smacks the fire out the mechanic. You know what I mean? She smacks the holy Jesus out the mechanic. And so Naomi and them are leaving. You see her mom, but her mom looks back at the mechanic like, look, dude, I will cut your you-know-what off. You know what I'm saying? And they're driving home. Naomi's in the back wanting to know what's going on. And her dad's driving her off into the woods. And then all that stuff dads say about, I'd rather die than let my kid get hurt. It's all true. It is. One day you'll have kids of your own and you'll remember this moment. Oh, I can guarantee that. That's basically what she says. So she's kind of curious, and Naomi's wanting to know where he's taking her, and she's kind of worried or scared at that point. And so her dad takes her to this cave, and then boom, there's a spaceship in the cave. And then she's like, Dad, is this the spaceship you found me in? And he's like, no, babe. It's the one I came in. And Pumpkin, that's just the beginning. There's her father. And the end of it. So the next book will be titled The Beginning. So spoiler on Naomi. Naomi is not a superhero yet. But guys, it's coming. I feel it's coming. And we will see. Naomi will be a superhero. I believe she's going to, because the cover of issue number 5, if that's not the original artwork, she's wearing a superhero suit and she's like shooting up in the sky. If I can find a picture of it, I'll post it on the screen here. And you see what I'm talking about. That's issue number 5. So next up, let's get started with Marvel. Got 4 issues of that Naomi number 3 though, man. I heard that's gonna be the one to keep. Cause I seen a copy of it sell on eBay for $30 plus shipping. Alright, next up we have Meet the Scrolls number 2. Awesome book. I loved it. Read it. It's great. This cover is the A cover. It's by Marcos Martin, I believe. Next up we have Savage Sword of Codan number 3. This book was also amazing. It's the Alex Ross cover. I'm feeling the Codan book. Can't wait for Savage Avengers. It's going to be amazing. We'll have the Codan and the Avengers together. Alright, next up we got Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I have 2 issues of this. We've got the Dark Guardians make their appearance in this book. Pretty awesome. I mean, nothing really amazing in this book happened. I mean, it's alright, but still, I love this book, man. Guardians of the Galaxy is a great book. Two copies. Alright, next up we've got Immortal Hulk. The Immortal Hulk number 15. I only was able to get the A cover. But I was able to get 4 copies of the A cover. Got 2 copies because I get 2 copies at my local comic book store, and I went and grabbed 2 copies from Angry Comics. Dragon's Lair. So 4 copies of Immortal Hulk number 15. yeah, I'm not gonna miss out on this book, man. When this book gets in the future, this book is gonna be so rare, so everybody's gonna be dying to have those copies. I'm gonna have them. Next up, I have The Avengers, number 17, A cover. And this is the David Marquez, I believe. David Marquez cover. I'm so behind on reading in that book, it's ridiculous. Next up, we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man 4. Wicked cover. I love it. You got Miles hiding on the ceiling there. Alright, next up we have one of the awesome books by the Dark Lord, Donny Cates. Go on and flash that Devil's Advocate symbol on the screen real quick. Okay. The next book we have is one of the hottest books, and that's Venom, number 12. And I have the A cover, Ryan Stegman. I have 2 copies of that. Alright, next up we have the B cover, Venom B cover. This is the Ryan Stegman Spider-Man Villains cover. Wow, some sweet. And I have 2 of them as well. And guys, by the look of this cover here, we're looking at the hot cover of the week. Soak that in. Flame on. Yes, guys, man, he is killing. That is a beautiful cover, man. I mean, dude. Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, man, they make one hell of a team, don't you think? Now, this is crazy, guys, because in this story here, the symbiote or Venom, the symbiote itself, actually, you know, Eddie's father runs off with Dalen, and Eddie's father runs off with him, so all of a sudden they're driving down the road, and Venom's got the butt end of the car jacked up in the air, and he snatches Eddie's father out the car, you know, puts some old whammy on him, basically scares the holy bejesus out of him, tells him don't ever go near this kid ever again, and then he returns the kid back to the hospital where Eddie's still laid out on the floor. And the thing about it is he impersonated himself as Eddie. He impersonated himself as Eddie, and you know, right here, see right there. Well, that's not Eddie. That's the symbiote. And you know, there's Eddie there talking to his father. You know, basically telling him, look, man, don't ever go near the kid again. But the whole time, it's not Eddie. It's actually the symbiote. And you see right here, the symbiote carries Dalen back to the hospital and drops him off. And leaves his dad out in the desert. You know, his dad's out in the desert going cuckoo. You know, he done screwed his dad up. I doubt his dad will ever go near that kid again. And then So he drops the kid off back at the hospital. The kid's like, basically, why won't you talk to me? And then Venom's like, trying to be better, both of you better without me. And then Dalen goes, both? What? You know, like, what? What are you talking about? And then he goes in the room, and Eddie's laid out on the floor. So you know he's like, what in the world? So Eddie wakes up. Eddie's like, no, Dalen's like, Eddie, wake up. You know what's happening, Eddie? And then Eddie's like, what, Dalen? What happened? I was trying to come get you, and then, oh my God, I remember my other it got out. Are you okay? What happened? Did it? No, I'm okay. I think it saved me, but it left. Eddie? You know what I'm saying? Kids like, Eddie? Dalen's like, Eddie? Where did it go? And then you see Venom, like, walk off, transforms into another guy. The guy with the hoodie there disappears into the crowd. You see him with the hoodie there. And then, boom, he's gone. Disappears into the crowd. Next, the War of the Realms. So we won't see Venom until the War of the Realms. And a question, Donnie Cates was asked a question. How can Venom imitate Eddie? How can he turn himself into Eddie or whatnot? And Cates said it's one of the skills or tricks that he got from Noel. You know, it's one of the gifts he got from Noel, like, you know, where he was able to sprout wings, you know. Dude, it's like Venom has got all kind of new tricks that we don't know about. And it's Donnie Cates is going balls to the wall with Venom, you know what I'm saying? And I'm next up, we've got Captain Marvel 3, Amanda Connor cover. Beautiful cover. I love her Harley Quinn. I mean, when I think of Harley Quinn, I think of Amanda Connor or Frank Cho, but really, you know, to each his own. Next up, I finally got to finish Bully Wars. I got issue number 5, A and B cover. I want to say this is the A cover, this is the B cover. Yeah. And amazing thing about this is Rufus didn't actually win the Bully Wars. Spencer won it. The little nerdy kid that was getting picked on by all the bullies. That's B cover. Yeah, little old Spencer won the Bully Wars. And he made some new rules. There won't be no more bullying from now on. But him and Rufus and the gang, they're all friends. And this was a very fun read. Next up, I have Die #1, 4th print. And man, my local comic book store didn't get this. I actually had to order a copy off eBay, and I paid like $8.50 for the book itself because I couldn't find one nowhere. And then I go to Dragon's Lair, and he has a copy. So I'm like, oh my God. Yep, Dragon's Lair. Yeah, I go to Dragon's Lair, and he had a copy there sitting there waiting for me. I was like, wow, dude. I was like, I love you. But my local comic book store, Angry Comics, didn't have any. Next up, we have Aftershock Dark Red #1. I got 3 copies of that. I was actually fortunate enough to get one at my local comic book store, Angry Comics. And then I went to 2nd and Charles, and they had 2 copies waiting. So I went ahead and grabbed those. This cover's by Aaron Campbell. And it's basically it's Charlie. He's a vampire living in Middle America with surprisingly human values. And this book is kind of wicked, man. And yeah, you might want, if you haven't got a chance to get this, please get this book. It's a great book. I can't wait to see where issue 2 is gonna go, because there's just some lady just pops up at the end, like some sexy vampire chick just pops up at the end of his door, and he's like, wow. All right, next up, I got a book I've been hearing a lot of people talk about, and written by Tina Howard, and it's called The Forgotten Queen by Valiant Comics. Now this is the final book. The book that the employee from Second and Charles told me to pick up. And also, guys, that while you're at it, by the way, man, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. If you're kind of feeling how this channel is going, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because every week I have new videos coming out. And also comment, please comment. Tell me what you think. Please talk to me, please. So, anyways, this book is by Zenescope. I haven't picked up any of their books ever before. This is a new one for me, and it's called Gretel, #1. And it is written by, wrote his name down here, Ben Mears. This cover is by Neto Diaz, Netho Diaz. Ben Mears is Ben, BenMeares. I talked to him on Twitter a couple times. This book is amazing, and I'm gonna try to give you. It's called Fairy Tales Presents Gretel. Now I'm gonna try to give you a quick breakdown of this book, and hopefully I won't mess it up. So you know the story of Hansel and Gretel, right? Everybody knows that story. They get kidnapped or lured into the cabin by candy by a witch, so the witch can eat them. Well, in this book, the witch does catch them and keeps them in a cage. The witch eats Hansel's heart, cuts his heart out, and eats it. And Gretel has been caged up for so long, she's starving, she's famished, she's hungry, she's thirsty, she's weak, and the witch offers her brother's heart to eat. She didn't want to do it, man. She's hungry, and she eats her brother's heart. And after she eats her brother's heart, she gains some kind of ability or magic or whatnot. So after that, she becomes a witch hunter. She hunts witches, and she eats their hearts. And every time she kills a witch and eats their hearts, she gains their ability. And there's a guy, this old man named Samuel, that's kind of he raised her, taught her how to fight, and he taught her everything. She says, at the beginning of it, there is a darkness inside of me. I didn't ask for it. I never wanted it. But it's there, this darkness. It's deep in my soul and all over my body. A long time ago, I thought this darkness, this curse, made me a monster. But then someone found me, saved me, mentored me, showed me that it was all a matter of perspective. He taught me how to let my eyes adjust to the dark. Wow, and I mean, that's Gretel. She's wicked, man. She's powerful. She's not playing any games, and so it shows her in the beginning. She's fighting this witch in New Orleans, and she's traveling through time. She lives for hundreds of years. She's not dying. And there's Samuel. See Samuel, he's hurt. She's fighting this witch. So anyways, it shows the beginning of it. Somewhere in Germany 274 years ago. It all started when I was young, but I'll never forget her face. This 6 mile as she wrenched Hansel's heart from his chest and took a bite will forever be etched in my mind's eyes. The smell of copper prickling my nostrils as she held it in front of my face, and I will eternally and I will be eternally haunted by the memory of what happened next. The sound of her raspy crackling as she explained that the choice was mine. The feeling of my disgust being overpowered by my body begging for any kind of nourishment. My brother and I were kidnapped by a witch. She did terrible things to us. I don't know how long we were locked in our cages before she pulled my brother out and butchered him. To this day, I don't know her name. And see, that's her. And see, the witch got her brother's heart, smiling at her. That's her brother on the table right there. And then see, she's so hungry, she offers her some of her brother's heart. She didn't want to do it, but she went. As soon as she ate some of his heart, all of a sudden something happens, and her cage snaps open, and she gains these abilities. I will never forgive myself for what I did. While my growling stomach was temporarily filled, my soul was permanently darkened that day. Something else happened too. Something that I even now can't explain. But I didn't question my newfound powers. I simply waited for an opportune time and escaped. I ran away from that witch's sadistic captivity. And bars broke, she's running down, she's gone. And I mean, it's a great story, man, because she's living off hearts, and she's Samuel's teaching her how to use her magic. He's teaching her how to fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy story, and it's all you got hearts. She's having to eat hearts. So yeah, it's a great story, man. If you get a chance, please read it. I mean, it starts from like this goes on for hundreds and hundreds of years, and her only quest is to find that witch that killed her brother. And sure enough, she finds her, and hopefully, if you get the book, you'll be able to find out what happens. So, hopefully, I did not ruin the book for you. I hope you pick it up because it is a wonderful book. It's a 5-issue series, and yeah. So, Gretel. So, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed my comic book haul. I hope you enjoyed my spoiling short story breakdowns. I really appreciate you coming through, and also remember, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And guys, if you're watching my videos, it would do me a big service if you could hit the like button. Just if you're watching my video and you like it, just please hit the like button. Because it seems like some people watch the videos and they forget to hit that like button, and by hitting the like button and commenting, it helps the channel. And the bigger my channel grows, the more I'll be able to do in the future. So I really appreciate that. Be safe, guys. God bless. And remember, man, put your books on the pull list. Also, guys, don't forget, at your local comic book store, you can pick up these Marvel preview books for free. And they actually let you know books that are coming out, issues, dates, price, writers, cover artists, whatnot. You got all kind of different Marvel previews books. You get these for free at your local comic book store. Then you got the DC Nation books. Give y'all the what's what on the DC books. And you get these big preview babies right here. These let you know everything from pop figures, comic books. I mean, the whole shebang, man. You got everything. A lot of great indie books in here. You know what I'm saying? Saga, Savage Dragon. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great books and stuff. So, don't forget, you get these books for free at your LCS. Pick those up as well. to do your research on books coming out. Don't forget now, use the pull list. The pull list is your friend. This past Wednesday, a guy came into the comic book store. Matter of fact, I hope he's watching my video. I met him at Angry Comics, and he actually told me that he said, Carolina Chris? I was like, yeah. I guess him or his son or his daughter watched me on YouTube, so shout out. God, I forgot your name, brother, man, but nice meeting you, man. Hope you're watching my video now, and if you are, give me a like. So guys, be safe, really. I'm running out of time here, but much love. I'm Chris Gray, your host, CarolinaChris26, and always remember to make comic book collecting fun again. Peace. Be safe. See you next week or sooner.